I used the wrong wood for 30 days. On purpose. Not because I didn't know better, but because I wanted to prove something most woodworkers only realize when it's too late. So, I started like any outdoor project: simple design, clean cuts, tight joints, and a finish that looked solid. If you walked by on day one, you'd say, "Hey, that looks pro." And honestly, that's where the danger starts. For this test, I picked wood that looks right but doesn't belong outside. Regular pine. Interior, plywood. Stuff that's cheap, easy to find, and super tempting when you're in the lumber aisle thinking, yeah, probably fine. Day 1, flawless. Day 2, still holding up. Week 1, not a single issue. That's usually where people stop paying attention, but at the end of that first week the wood started talking. Quietly. Tiny things, like a little cup in a board, a hairline crack by a screw, the finish soaking up moisture a bit weird. Nothing big. Nothing that screams, problem. Here's why that's so dangerous. The failure doesn't hit all at once. By week 2, the joints were looser. Boards felt a little wobbly. Expansion and contraction had snuck in, just enough to weaken everything, but not break it. Then, the weather did its thing. Rain, sun, humidity. The project didn't crash. It fell apart in slow motion. One board twisted, and suddenly the whole thing was out of square. Screws started working themselves loose. The edge of the plywood swelled up for good. No amount of sanding could fix that. This is the point where most people blame themselves. Maybe you think you rushed the glue up, or missed a step in the finish. But it's simpler than that. The wood just wasn't made for this job. By week 3, it was still standing. But it felt tired. Grab it, and you could feel the difference. Then came the split. A clean crack right along the grain where moisture and stress finally won. Not because the joinery sucked. Not because the design was weak. Pine just doesn't forgive outdoor abuse. At this point, the project looked okay from the sidewalk, but get close, and it was warped, soft, cracked, too far gone to save. Here's what I learned. The wrong wood doesn't fail fast. It fails slow, right up until you're invested, and fixing it hurts more than starting over. If you're building outside, wood choice matters more than tools, joinery, or finish. Pressure-treated, cedar, exterior plywood, they exist for a reason. Saving a few bucks on lumber, that's the most expensive mistake you'll ever make. If this helped you dodge a disaster, hit subscribe. I test mistakes so you don't have to. And if you've ever learned this lesson the hard way, drop a comment below. You're definitely not alone.